and we'll be talking about the dangers of fish oils and flaxseed. So,
Flaxseed oils.
yeah,
These are
flaxseed
fun
oils
ones.
too. So, yeah, I mean, the testosterone guy that I talked about went through my blood work, looked at my cholesterol. He's like, you should have some flaxseed oil, use that to cook with instead of like saturated fat, like butter, I would assume. He didn't even call
Ugh,
that out because he
that's
doesn't
just
know my
there's so
diet.
many things.
I mean,
Yeah, true.
I do cook
Give
with
him the
butter,
book. Give him a copy of the
but
book. Be like, listen, but
yeah,
check this out.
yeah, that's
Like,
what I
is this
did.
you, bro?
The questionnaire, it's like, what diet are you following? Like keto, paleo, this and that. And I typed in other
Other
androgen diet,
androgen baby.
but he obviously didn't look at it.
Ah,
So from there, yeah, what's the dangers of fish oils and flaxseed that you see and you hear? Because
oh yeah.
everyone, like I even saw, I think Christian Guzman post on his story recently. Oh, I take my fish oil every day, bro.
God, not the fish oil guys.
What's so
Yeah.
bad about them?
Well, fish oils is a big one. Flaxseed's a little bit more obvious because it's got super high omega 6, which isn't too bad for you. But when you cook with it, it just oxidizes, and the way you um, get it and the way you extract it is so unnatural and so just harsh that it's just not a natural food. So it's very unstable fat for your body, and your body uses those fat to for cells to create cells, create new cells. And when you have those unstable fats, you're going to have inflamed cells. It's going to be just incredibly inflamed. Your whole body's going to have a whole inflammation issue with all of those fats. But the omega 3s is interesting because they are made, it's a fat for cold water, like fish, is what a lot of the strong omega 3 bases are. Of course, there's also omega 3s in meats and grass-fed meats. There's omega 3s, and a certain amount of omega 3s is good. But the fact that we have a warm body means we need way less omega 3s than, say, a cold water salmon, because when you are living in that in that environment, your body is going to not oxidize those fats. The fish's bodies are going to not oxidize those fats because they're so cold all the time that they use those omega 3s to keep them keep their body running at such low temperatures so that they feel homeostasis in the environment that they live in. With us humans running at about 98 degrees Fahrenheit,
Mm-hmm.
omega 3s get oxidized right away. So they're already highly unstable, and they oxidize with the body. Not only is it just a warm body, but also because of all the iron in the body, it also has this compound effect that works together, and it causes chronic inflammation. So these things are pushed on us. I remember the thing when you first start working out, it was like, what do you got to get to work out? Oh, you need protein and fish oil. You need fish oil for your joints. It's going to be really, really good for your joints. That's just basically propaganda from the fish oil industry, because it's just there's so much money involved. It's like vitamin D industry. There's so much money involved, and such a good marketing campaign that tells us that we need omega 3 fatty acids. We need DHA, EPA, and ALA because they're important for human health and fetal development. But they actually do the opposite when they're consumed in excess. They actually contribute to those things like Alzheimer's and depression and diabetes, and they make you age faster too. Not only that, but they cause lipid peroxidation, which is like a lipofuscin, where your body is literally shedding these spots that are on your organs, that are on your skin. They're like liver spots. They kind of look like those, and that's from excess omega 3 as well. But I think it can go along about omega 3s for so long. But the big takeaway about the omega 3s that's important is that your body's not going to be able to detoxify when you have all this lipofuscin going on in your body. So it's just a process where there's no ability to improve your health through omega 3s. Like taking more omega 3s is going to slow down your health process. And there's still a good amount of it. You can take it in saturated fat has omega 3s. Grass-fed ruminant animals have omega 3s. There is a lot of benefit to having a little bit. Like, you don't have to just cut out omega 3s completely and be super orthorexic about it. But the fact that we're getting marketed to take these supplements so consistently, and we're just hyperdosing our body with these mega doses of omega 3s compared to what we're used to, is not doing us any favors. But it does seem like everyone's doing it, so you might as well join in on the fun. But it's also a cause for a lot of the issues we see in the health world today.
Yeah.
Have you taken omega 3s? Were you down that rabbit hole for a while? Because
I did.
I used to take it like candy. Omega 3s, krill oil. I was taking it all.
Wow. Yeah, I used to do like the Barlean's liquid It was basically kind of like a shampoo bottle of omega-3s, and you could just drink it, I think is what people did. But I put it in like a shot with kombucha, and it just looked like disgusting stuff, but it tasted all right. But yeah, like when it gets down to that level of being so processed, it's fully devoid of all the things that nature packaged it with. I think that's when we definitely run into issues.
Good point. Yeah.
So yeah, especially the seed oils. Like imagine any seed or corn, for example. Like that was a big thing with the corn industry. They're like, oh, we can repurpose this waste product and call it vegetable oil. And back then it was made from corn, which is probably way better than even soybean oil nowadays for things like testosterone. Flaxseed, I would also put near that same concern for testosterone and estrogen levels as soybean oil. But yeah, how much freaking oil can you extract from plant matter that is like a cob of corn? It's like astounding.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
anyone that's even juiced like a fucking orange. I mean, you can get some juice from that, but after juicing about 5 or 6 of them and realize you can maybe only fill up like a glass of juice from it, you're like, damn. Now picture that from plant matter with fat and just filled up like a bottle of corn oil. Like that's disgustingly sad. And it is a waste product. They just repurposed it. It's all about rebranding. And unfortunately, that's what we deal with as consumers, as being in with the freaking people that are making the USDA guidelines. And of course, they say fats are bad. But at the same time, when you have these processed foods, they don't care. They're throwing it in everything. So yes, they say to limit your fats, but that's only to the fats that are in your knowledge, like adding extra, like cooking stuff. Meanwhile, everything you're cooking with or cooking in the microwave has so much of that added already. So it gets ridiculous for sure. So I'd definitely stay away from fish oils, as flaxseed oils, soybean oils, but do some cod liver oil, like good quality cod liver oil. That'll basically change your life.
That's a great example of something that's
So yeah, do that.
definitely, because that one is going to be like, oh, that one's high in omega-3s as well, but it's so high in vitamin A and retinol, which is
Which is what you need.
bioavailable vitamin A, right? Which is what you need to
Right.
process that, and it's just totally unfermented, just totally natural. That's the best kind yet. So
Yeah, for sure. Like it's
a
not
lot of it's just oxidized, like the fermented and the heated and all
Yeah.
that stuff. They just oxidize the bejesus out of it.
Yeah, it's not packaged well and processed well, and it's probably because it's so unhygienic. They have to do all these precautions and bleach all the shit, which well, that's one of the causes of inflammation too, indirectly just through the processing of those oils. But yeah, so do the cod liver oil. It's pretty holistic, but very potent as well, because it has everything you should intake with it to make those omega fats palatable and processable in your body.